Makes great video content when you say that.
Yeah, I know. I love it when you go on Facebook and you just destroy wholesalers. I'm like, yeah.
In his first 3 seconds, he's like, wholesalers suck.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you how to not suck. I'm like, you just hit that out of the park, bro. Thank you.
So much from your videos, bro. We don't suck anymore.
Cool little refresher from last month. You weren't here and you weren't here, but we went over one-liners. Who actually worked on their one-liner? Also known as an elevator pitch.
I didn't know you had homework.
Pop quiz, bro. Pop quiz.
I would have practiced.
All right. So last month I went with, I help homeowners solve problems because I had just started working on it. Not great, not anything like that. So I played around with it and I AI'd the crap out of it to make me sound a whole lot better. And here's what I got. So I went from I help homeowners solve problems to most homeowners and investors feel lost trying to navigate today's real estate risks and opportunities. I guide them through smart strategies so they profit, safeguard their assets, and gain peace of mind. You think I'm going to differentiate myself from any of my competition? Now I just have to memorize that. So that's what I was going to say. Yeah, no, I practice it 2-3 times a day. What's up, Super Tech? I practice it a couple times a day until it just becomes second nature, but I've added it to my email signature. That is now my opening video on my YouTube channel. Like I recorded it and everything. And then I've got a bunch of just other lines to run with off of that. So still a lot of work in progress, but just taking a couple of ideas and saying, here's how do I sound different? How do I hit the story brand? And I asked AI, I'm like, make this more like Donald Miller's story brand because that's the best freaking thing out there that I've found.
So the question is, how do you get them opening up and emotional about that? So for example, I've studied under Donald Miller. I paid him a lot of money, one-on-one coaching. So for me, somebody typically asks me, hey, Jay, what do you do? Bring it back to them. You know how some business owners struggle, paying for marketing. Once they get a client on the phone, they don't know what to say. I showed them how to build a personal brand that attracts people and opens up people in a way that just drops the walls. The next thing they're going to say is what? How do you do that?
Mm-hmm. And that you just started a conversation versus answering a direct question.
So like right now, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Christiana asked me, like, what do you guys do pretty much? And I was just like, wholesale. Like, I could have just, yeah.
You know how
I didn't do my...
Yeah. You know how some investors struggle finding properties and they stick to the MLS, and when they make the offers, it's typically already gone. I show them properties that are off market, exclusive, under contract with me so they can be able to make profit on their next flip. Different, right? How do you do that? Tell me a little bit more.
Well, if somebody asked me like to get deep after that first just wholesale, and then I start going into that, like, we have exclusive properties that are not on the market, and I tell them straight up, I sell them in less than 7 days, always. Our record is 4 hours was it? Like an hour was our fastest assignment, yeah. And but we don't go past 7 days. So that's like, I think actually was our longest. Had to be like 6 days, right? We were like so close. We were so close, but yeah. But that's where I would go into afterwards. Could kind of give them like FOMO a little bit as a buyer, like, okay, I gotta get this guy's number,
Or you can just change the angle because somebody says I'm a wholesaler. What just happens? Your status just went down. I'm a salesperson. Your status just went down. I'm a lawyer. Your status just went down.
I'm a realtor. We are about 2 steps above used car salesmen as a whole. As an industry.
Wholesalers are below car salesmen, right? Yeah, way below it.
It's funny because wholesaler...
Yeah, I just found out about the business center in Costco. I know, you guys know about that? Yes. But yeah, you could see I haven't practiced at all. So
I make it easy for fix and flippers to make triple digit flips in less than 6 months. How the hell do you do that? I source off market deals. I talk direct to the seller, and I work one-on-one directly with these fix and flippers so I know exactly what they're looking for in the quickest amount of time so they can make the most profit on it.
I do mostly direct to agent. So like the sales pitch for me is to the agent all the time. Like how do I help them, I think my main demographic, agents between the age of like 45 to 65, even 70, and those are the agents that like to work with me the most. I don't know why, but I guess maybe what I present to them is just like ease for them. Like, I'm gonna make it super easy for you. You don't even have to go to the property. I take the pictures. I do everything, and that's where I think it would work. I don't do that right now, but like that's where like I think that's what I mean. I do that, but I don't tell them that.